Tamara here, nice of you to join me, and a very warm welcome to my channel. It's lovely to have you here with me today. Now I have with you another project that we will be having a walkthrough, project share of first of all, and then we will do the tutorial. Now I have been using the ready-made album from Graphic 45, or one of the ready-made albums from Graphic 45, and this is the square tag and pocket wraparound album. Now I'm using the one in ivory. It does also come in black, but as I had the Hooray papers, I thought it would look so beautiful with the ivory backing, and it does. It looks beautiful. So let's take a look at the album first of all, and then we can get on to doing some decorating. Now don't forget to subscribe, comment, like this video. It really does help my channel grow if you hit that subscribe button, and I do appreciate each and every one that does subscribe. So let's get into it. Now on the front, now this album comes, this kit or album comes with the magnets for the closure that's already included and encased already in the album itself, so you don't need to worry about where you're going to place those magnets. It also comes with 8 cardstock pages, 8 cardstock tags, and 4 double-sided peekaboo pocket pages. So it does come with a lot. So you actually get your square ivory tags included. Now I've used a couple of the ones that you can buy. So the tags here that you can buy. Just I wanted to add one on the front. So but you don't need to. You could just take one out of the pocket and use it that way. And the tags are fantastic. They really are. They come with the grommet that or eyelet that goes in the top, already done, so you don't need to worry about fiddling about with your tool setter or anything like that. So they're already done. They match beautifully. These are ivory grommets that are in here, so beautifully matched as well. So as I said, I'm using the Hooray papers, and I've decorated my front so that I've got a pattern match going all the way through, and then on the sides I've just used the corresponding matching paper, and then on the back I used the remaining of the front cover. Now this is just slightly bigger than a 6x6, so you could get away with using your 8x8 papers, but as I had the 12x12s, that's what I've used for this, and I've still got loads left, and it's a really economical book to do. So on the front, I've used one of the tags as a closure tab that you can lift out. And what I've done is I've also used the matching die set. That's the tag, the square tag die, so that it matches beautifully. And I've then cut a hole out of that with a circle die, and then just put some acetate behind it just to to save what's underneath. And then I've just done a little tiny pull-out tag on there, like so, that just fits in, and that little otter with this teddy bear sits in the middle there. Now I've also used the ephemera pieces on here. Love the ephemera pieces. I really do. They work so beautiful with this project. They really do. So I've kind of like zhuzhed it up with those, and I've added a little bit of cotton lace on the top. Now I haven't decorated the whole book because I wanted to go through it on camera, so that's why this here is plain, but if you didn't want to, you could leave it plain. It looks just as nice, and have these as journaling spots. So really, it's up to you. Now, again, in here, what I've done, I'm just going to bring that into focus here. As I say, I haven't decorated it, all of the tags up, because what I want to do is decorate some of the tags live, or say on the video, so that you can decorate with me. But there will be a cutting guide put up as well, so that you can use the measurements for yourself. So on my first, the pages, or the signatures, you've got 3 pages per signature. So you've got a flap that is just a flap on its own. You've got then a pocket page where you can add extra photo mats in, and then you've got another flap page on the back. Now all the pages, so you've got 4 pages, all the same. So you can decorate them the same, or you can do what I've done and just change it up a little bit and decorate some of the pages. So coming to my first page, what I've done is I've used one of my Wavey pocket dies just to create a little tuck spot there that I can just put in some tags. Now these tags I've just made myself, and just with using a corner punch. That's easy, and they're all my offcuts of paper that I've used, so they might be a little bit of an odd size, but I'm trying to use up all my oddments. Again, I've used some of the ephemera pieces on here. So turn it over, then on the back of that flap I've just added a paper pocket page, like so, that you can just pull out, and again some extra tags. And then I've bordered that inside with just a piece of cardstock, just so that it cushions that paper on there, so that it doesn't get ripped or torn every time you're pulling your tags in and out. So now we come on to one of the pocket pages. Now you've got some space behind here as well to put some extra tags, like in here. But what I've done with this tag, as you can see, it's on the outside of the pocket, because here's the pocket here. On this bit, this is the pocket. I've actually, if I take it out, I've put a little flap on the back of that tag, so that that tag can fit in the pocket, and you can have your tag on the outside. I think that's a really nice little feature, but you can put a big photo mat in the back there as well if you want to. So again, that's all I've done with those. I've just cut out some cardstock out of the layering die, and then some of the pattern paper, and I've just made that up like so. So coming on to the back, now this is one of the pages that we will decorate, also the tags. And again, on the back of that flap, I've added another paper pocket, but this time I've added a vertical one rather than the horizontal one here. And again, you can add your ephemera pieces, your borders, your stickers, anything on here as well, just to jazz it up a little bit. But I like an album that has, where you can see the papers coming through. I do like that type of book as well, but again I do like to jazz it up as well. So in here I've added again another of the sentiment pieces, another of the ephemera pieces as a little tuck spot. And then on the back again I've used my Wavey dies, Wavey pocket dies, but I've added them as the vertical rather than the horizontal, with some extra tags in there. Now I've left some of the pages in here plain with nothing on, because you might want to put a photo on there and some journaling, but it also showcases the paper as well. So I do like to do that on some of the pages in my book. Again, more spaces there. So coming on to the next tag. Now this tag, I've used the clock die that's from Graphic 45, and I've added a little pocket tag book there, And again, I will go through how I made that really easy. So that goes in there like so. And then again, another page that is relatively plain, but we can go ahead and decorate those in a minute. I've added more of the wavy pockets on there, and then in this bit here is another horizontal pocket page there. So moving on to the next signature, and I've added, just to show you, a 3x4 photo mat with one of the cutouts here, so you can put your photo over that. And then on this one I've added another one of those flaps, and I've added a little booklet flap on here and some of the cutouts, and then this here is a little pull-out tag there with the little bunny on there. So I'm going to leave that in plain because I think it really makes this image stand out a lot. So that can go in there. And then the next tag, again, I've just have a little booklet pull out here that sits over that belly band like so, and then that fits in over the top. And then this page I've actually added a pocket, a smaller pocket on the page with a pull out, and I've added a little tuck spot in there with a smaller tag there, or you can have this as a little tab pull if you wanted to. So another of the wavy dies, and I've not finished these ones, I've not rounded these out to make these into my tags yet. Moving on to the next page, again another pocket page with another tag, and this time I've added one of the imagery pieces as a little tuck spot that fits in there like so. And then on the back we've got another of the tags, but this time I've added a staggered pocket, and I've added some more of those ephemera pieces on there, so you've got like two little pockets on your tag, and then that fits in like so. And then another tuck spot here with a smaller pull out there. And then moving on to the back, again I've got a plain tag that we will decorate, and then moving on to the back page, again I've left them blank just for you to be able to put some photos in. So that was a very quick walkthrough of my Hip Hip Hooray album, and I hope you've liked it. Please don't forget to stay tuned for the tutorial, which will be coming up next. And don't forget to check out the Graphic 45 web site, as well as their YouTube channel, Facebook page as well. Lots and lots of inspiration on there. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow, it really does, and I thank you immensely for doing that and hitting that button. So thank you ever so much for watching. Wherever you are and whatever you're doing today, please have the most amazing day, and I will see you again on the next one. Bye!